Hi, it's Dohn Thornton. Let's continue on lesson 2 of our Let's Learn Cyrillic, the alphabets, because this is very important. The building block of the language is the alphabet. And when you have an alphabet, obviously that is not English. For those of us who are English speakers, you have to get used to it. Now, actually, it's very simple. Just like I said, you have to get used to it. Now, we're going to talk we've already gone through, the first, I don't know, 7 or 8. A, be, ve, g, ge, ye, or de, ye, yo, je, and z. Okay, that's what we've done so far. So, like you said, z is like z in English. Zh is like zhe. Like it's not like sh would be sh. Zh is, and that's just a Russian letter. You just gotta get used to it. Yeah, like yet, okay? And then when you have the dots over the E, it becomes yo, like yo, Adrian, like from Rocky, okay? D is like us, day, David, things like that. G, remember, it's not like G, it's not like George, it's go. It's good, g, right? And what we think is B is actually V, the letter, like the letter V in English. So that's V, and then B, be, B, be, box, right? Okay, baton, and that's very simple. Okay, let's move on. Okay, so the next one is E. This is a very iconic letter. A lot of people think of all the backwards N when they think of Russian or Cyrillic. So that's E, and that's just like we meet, like E. That's what it sounds like. Okay, so and then this is called ikratkoye. And if you put this little symbol above it, it actually doesn't have its own sound, but it's like Y in English. Okay, so when you put Y after a vowel, then it changes the sound. Like, for example, if you put if you have boy, but if you don't put the Y on, it'll just be bow. But you put the Y on, it becomes boy. Okay, and I'll go through that with you as far as how that sounds. When you put it behind certain vowels, it changes how it sounds, and that's a diphthong, is what they call it in grammar. So I'll let you know how to. We'll go over that later. Next one is K. Okay, that's just like our letter K. It's just very nothing exotic there. L. This is what L looks like. Okay, so it's a little bit different. You got that little hook there. Always remember you got that hook. L. Okay. M, very similar. Although when they write it cursive, you can see it also has a little hook there. And H for us is H. It's actually in English, or excuse me, Russian. So then O is O, just like we have. Now, I will give you we'll get into this later, but the pronunciation of certain vowels will depend on whether they are accented or not. So if you say, for example, there's a Russian word called okno, and it's O-K-N-O. So you don't say okno, but the accent's on the last syllable, okno. So if it gets to stress, then you say like oh, but if it's not stress, it sounds more like ah. And don't get confused. We'll get into that. But I'm just saying though that just where the accent lands on the word will depend sometimes on the pronunciation. And this is the letter P. Okay, so just like anything else, Peter, Paul, and I don't know, St. Paul in Minnesota. Paul Simon, to show you how old I am, I remember Paul Simon. So P, and then the one that looks like P in our English is actually R. Okay, so and listen, try to practice rolling your R's, because that's a big thing in Russian. It's like in Spanish. You want to go. You want to put the tip of your tongue behind your front teeth and blow. Россия, Russia, Россия. Okay, so they don't say Россия, they say Россия. Okay, so that comes with practice again. So we'll stop there right now, and then we'll just start doing some practice. Okay, so let's. I'm going to switch off on the. Well, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. So let's. So what you want to do is, we want to practice this. Like so, let's just look at the examples they have. All right, so let's see here. Well, I want to make sure we get one that. Okay, so this is M A L E N A, Malina, Malina. Okay, and then L E M O N, limon, limon. Okay, notice how the accent is on the O, therefore we say O, limon. Okay, and then let's go up here. I'm not gonna do that one yet. We haven't won that one yet. Let's do here ikra. That's EKRA, ikra, which is caviar. Ikra. By the way, caviar is disgusting. Okay, and then let's look at this one. Zamok, ZAMOK, zamok. Again, you have the accent on the O, therefore it is pronounced O. I'm not gonna do that one. Yoj, okay? You have when you have the yeah with the dots over it, it becomes yo. Remember Rocky. Yo, Adrian. Yoj. ZH, Yoj. That's a badger or a hedgehog, I should say. I'm sorry. And then here's yeah. And that is Yezhevika. Yezhevika. Okay, and that is a blackberry. Yezhevika. Yezhevika. Okay? And then here we go with the letter V or V. Varezhki. V-A-R, Varezhki. Varezhki, which means mittens. And of course, baton, B-A-T-O-N, N is in Nancy, baton, which means a loaf of bread. This is very stereotypical Russian bread. It reminds people of baguettes in France. That's where they got it from, actually. And then like atom. A-T-O-M, atom. Atom, okay? M, A-T-O-M, B-A-T-O-N, Varezhki, Grusha, Dinya, Yezhevika, Yoj, okay? That is how we do those letters, okay? So when I was practicing Russian, when I first got started, and granted this was a long time ago, obviously, I started learning Russian in 7th grade. It was weird because I lived in St. Louis, and there was a big Jewish community where I lived, and there was a lot of Soviet immigrants in the 70s, and so my junior high offered Russian. There was a couple Russian teachers that would teach, and I took it on a lark because it was different than everybody else was doing Spanish and French and German, and I wanted to be different, so I took Russian. And it's funny how those little small decisions in life end up having huge impact on what you do as an adult, because that kind of got me hooked on Russian. And if I hadn't done that, who knows? Maybe I would have married some German lady named Helga who didn't shave her armpits, and I might be speaking German now. You have no idea. So, oh, by the way, listen, that's no joke. Okay, I've spent a lot of time in Germany, and whew, interesting. I was at a cafe once in Munich, and I was with my daughter. We took a week off and wanted to go see Bavaria, and so we're sitting at a cafe in Munich, and we were tied together. It was this is before COVID, so there's lots of crowds and everything, and I reached down. I love cats. I bent down to pet the street cat next to me, sitting down near my legs, and it turned out that I was actually petting the legs of a German lady who didn't shave her legs. So that's German humor. Okay. Anyway, so that is your quick lesson for Cyrillic today. And to review: a, be, ve, ge, de, ye, yo, Adrian, je, z, e. Don't worry about that for right now. K, L, M, N, O, P, R. Okay, like R. R. Okay, that's what we do. So we're going to stop here, and we'll continue next lesson with the rest of the alphabet. And we're going to get really heavy into consonants. Russians got a lot of consonants. They love consonants. Okay, and thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time.